My name's Chet Thornton, and I'm sleepy on RV.net. A lot of people know that I have a Lance 1161 truck camper. Well, we've loved it, but the damn thing is falling apart. We tried to figure out how to get it fixed, and it occurred to me that I had a friend in England that could do anything. I contacted him and I told him, I said, you know, what I really should do is just have someone drive it out and I'd pay for the fuel, and then Janet and I would fly out and pick it up where it's repaired.
Hi, I'm Steve, and this is my truck camper, not Chet's. It's about half the size of Chet's, which you'll notice when you watch the film ahead. So we flew out to Tennessee in early June 2017 on Chet's invitation. Chet had been talking about this for a while, and we'd been hinting about it. But when he finally made the decision, there was no hesitation in my mind. Chet is a friend of ours, he's a fascinating guy, and we wanted to go out and help him. And it also gave us an opportunity to travel across the United States again, and to visit some of our friends, and to also meet some new friends. The camper is Chet's mobile condominium. It allows Chet and Janet to travel around the country wherever they please, staying for free, seeing whatever they want to see. It works out cheaper that way than if they tried to stay the same number of nights in a motel or a hotel, and it's a lot more flexible. So it's good to see the thing back on the road again, and it should last for many years to come. So let's go back to Chet and let's start our journey from Tennessee heading towards Washington State.
We took Steve and Sally out today and took them up in the mountains just to see how well Steve could drive. Well, he does pretty good. And we visited a climbing wall, and we did a lot of things that were out of character for me and Janet, but we had a ball doing them. I think that we're ready for them to continue their journey, and we'd like to have them enjoy it and come back and visit sometime without all the pressure.
It's time to leave Chet and Janet. So we head west out of Oak Ridge, passing the old K-25 nuclear reactor and onto Interstate 40 west, bound for Nashville. From Nashville, we head into Kentucky, stopping briefly at the Kentucky Dam, before heading north into Illinois. This is the first day we've been using the camper, it's the first day driving it on our own, and tonight will be the first day camping in it on our own without Chet's assistance. So time to head for friendly territory, and a visit to Dee and Jane in Carbondale.
This is Hula. That's Hula the Wonder Dog. I'm Dee Gorton.
I'm Jane Adams.
And we live here in Carbondale, Illinois. And we know Steve by way of the RV Net. And we ourselves have a 50-year-old camper, a 1967 Avion that we've restored. And Jane is the cook in the family, right? You've been cooking the last day or so.
Yeah. Well, you do a lot of cooking too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the road though. On the road, I do all the cooking.
That's right. That's right.
We do a traditional division of labor on the road.
So,
other times he does a lot of the cooking.
what did you do for a living, by the way?
Well, I grew up here in Southern Illinois, and I taught at the university, SIU, which is just less than a mile from here, about 3/4 of a mile. And in anthropology, I studied the rural history of this region, and my folks were avid campers, and so they went around with a little trailer, a little Scotty trailer, and then a somewhat bigger trailer, and they went to all these spots that you're going to, that we go to, so they had a map that showed all their travels until Dad couldn't navigate very well anymore. So
Yeah.
there's a long tradition here.
Jane's retired,
Yeah.
and I'm a photographer, and my background was in newspapering, where I worked for the New York Times, and I worked in both Manhattan and in Washington, D.C. at the White House. And years later, I became a freelance photographer. Jane and I got married. We settled down here some years ago, and we're both retired.
We actually knew each other from the
Yeah,
1960s.
yeah. We were
And
both
then
involved
went different directions.
in the southern civil rights movement. We used to go to jail in most of the same towns.
Not at the same time.
Not at the same time.
From Illinois, it's a couple of days solid driving and a new tyre to get to Badlands National Park.
Well, Steve was the ideal person because he had some frequent flyer miles and he had a can-do attitude. And with his attitude, I knew that it was going to be okay no matter what.
Wayne Porter's Sculpture Gallery, west of Sioux Falls on Interstate 90, is well worth a visit.
I am Vladimir Wyszynski. I am great opera singer. I come here and watch play for Crazy Guy Gone. Crazy Guy Gone, how you do? I also double as Wayne Porter, and I do have a sculpture park here when Vladimir's gone. Where Vladimir still around? No, he's gone. Yeah, and I make massive sculptures and I exploit tourists. It's a great gig.
Badlands is the first national park on our trip. We stay in the park campground and buy an America the Beautiful pass, which will save us money on the rest of the journey.
To give you an idea there, right now they're working on Crazy Horse's outstretched arm, his fingertip. They're going to do the finger, the hand, the arm, all the way back underneath the neck, and then the hair behind his head. And they figure that's going to be about 12 to 15 years. You see Crazy Horse's horse head? That's 22 stories high.
After our hike around Devil's Tower, it's too early in the day to camp, so we move off west, crossing half of Wyoming, to find somewhere to camp below Cloud Peak.
Hey Chet, Sleepy, Brian and Ladon, just Brian here right now. We were very surprised and happy to see your truck and camper adventuring without you. Not that we wouldn't want to see you here with you and Janet, but super cool you loaned the rig to Steve and Sally, help facilitate them getting up here, and we've had a great time with them. They're parked right there with another mutual friend of ours who shall remain nameless, but might work as a park ranger, and did a little kayaking with these guys, and I think it's awesome what you did with sending them with your camper. So good to hopefully you get this, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
From the parks of Wyoming, next it's north to the parks of Montana, Glacier to be specific, near the Canadian border.
My name is Cirilo and my friend Arley, and we are from Brazil, and we are from the Rio Grande do Sul. It's the southest state from Brazil, and I started my trip to know the world, and I start in south of Brazil and go to the tip of the South America, cross Uruguay, Argentina, Chile. And now we are going to the tip of the North America to see the Arctic Ocean in Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. And sorry about my English, I'm just learning. And we have one rule, a main rule in this trip, and is never say no to an invite. And our friend invite us to see this camper and drink a glass of wine, so here I am.
Coffee. Belo café. Como eu não falo inglês, eu vou falar em português. Né? Belo café e uma bela recepção aqui que nos deixou muito feliz e muito alegre, para reforçar que
a good coffee and a good conversation, and the most important thing in a trip is the people, not the places, not the things. The people. The people is the good thing of the. Not only on a travel, the good thing in our lives, and this is the to live adventure like that. You need to only make the first step. It's go out of home, and after that, I have no plan. I have only Ushuaia and Alaska, the two tips, and the middle was showing in the middle of the journey.
E aceitar todos os convites.
But you need to say yes for all invitations. It's the best experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
At Glacier National Park, we've reached as far north as we dare go, the Canadian border. From here, the onward journey is southwest, through a small section of Idaho. Then, into Washington State, where our first stop is to camp in a visitor's center car park, in preparation for a tour of the historic Hanford B nuclear reactor early the next day.
The physicers said, we want a cylindrical arrangement of these tubes inside the graphite. DuPont said, what about putting some tubes up in the corners? That's more uranium than we've got. And the general said, if the physicers said they only needed 1,500 tubes, we believe it. Todd said, if this doesn't work, whose neck is on the line? And the general thought and said, how many more do you want?
From the heat of the Columbia River Valley, we climb back into the cool of the mountains. This time it is the Cascade Mountain Range, and the chance to visit Mount Rainier and camp at its base. Before reaching the Pacific, there was one last mountain to visit, or at least the remains of it.
Steve and Sally be taking the camper, and they're going to take a few weeks to drive to Tacoma, Washington, a town called Lakewood, just south of there. And a guy by the name of Mike Lentz has a RV repair shop called East End RV. Now, we have a friend in the neighborhood up there, which is Peter Walsh, and Peter's going to kind of keep an eye on it for us, even though Janet's making all the decisions, like any good family.
Hi, I'm Peter. I live here in Tacoma, Washington, and that's where this camper is being brought to be rebuilt. This camper came from Tennessee that Steve and Sally brought out, and it's going to go down to South End RV to be rebuilt.
Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Sally.
And you just watched us travel across the United States from Tennessee to Washington State, which is where we are now. And we've had a fantastic time, and we want to say a huge thank you to Jet and Janet, who have made this possible by loaning us this camper, which we will be dropping off on Friday to be refurbished. And it's also a chance to say a big thank you to those who have contributed, who helped us camp, and who have spared us some words for this video. Thank you to everyone.
Yeah, thanks very much. We've had an absolutely, in American terms, awesome time. We've enjoyed your camper very much. I just want to say, thanks to obviously Jet and Janet, and Dee, and Jane, also LaDawn, of course, and Brian Towell, and of course Brian Appleby, who we hope is feeling a lot better. We know he's been quite unwell recently, so we wish him all the best. And yeah, we've just had an absolutely amazing time, and a huge thank you. Yeah, we would love to see you again. All right, thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.